What's going on, everybody? VHS Tacos is back with another excellent, this is actually good, I swear, please don't leave. It's Friday, October 30th, the day before Halloween, so that means we're bringing to you a treat with 2018's Halloween. Alright, now I know what you're thinking. Wait a minute, Taco, everybody really liked this movie. It was well received. A lot better than those garbage Rob Zombie movies. Yes, but it still has its detractors and it still has some unavoidable, unquestionable issues. So, that's what we're here to talk about. Let me go ahead and give you a real super in-depth plot breakdown. Michael Myers breaks out. Michael Myers kills people. Jamie Lee Curtis doesn't like that. She stops him. There's your plot. Just like the first one. John Carpenter, he was sick and tired of all of this crap that came after Halloween 2 and everything else like that. So he said, enough is enough. We're gonna wipe the slate clean. Halloween 2 and all the 45 sequels after that don't exist. That means no Paul Rudd. That means no weird like haunted house stuff going on, having some kung fu. No, none of that. And definitely no Rob Zombie. No, this time we're back. We've got Danny McBride, David Gordon Green, two super comedian guys who are here for this horror movie. They brought Jamie Lee Curtis back. They brought Nick Castle back. And now we have a true blue sequel. No more sibling stuff or anything like that. The good. This movie feels like a Halloween movie. Now, to be fair, nothing will ever truly feel like the original. But this is as close as we've gotten so far. It's very tense. It sets the mood. That opening scene where the two podcasters go to the prison where Michael is held. They have his mask. They hold the mask up to him. And like the music starts getting all tense. All of the other inmates are going crazy. The dogs are going barking. You know, the music and the sound effects are rising up. And then cut to black. Music goes. There's the pumpkin. Orange font. Halloween. Excellent opening. Probably the best opening that they ever could have come up with. It's fantastic. And then you have some other really good scenes throughout. You have an excellent one cut where Michael is literally walking around in a busy neighborhood on Halloween. The highlight of this movie, hands down by far, is Jamie Lee Curtis. I mean, she is the original Scream Queen, but in this one, they gave her so much to work with. At this point, we're picking up in real time after the first movie. So she is living alone by herself out in the middle of the woods, and she trains every single day with shooting, with making sure that everything is prepped, because she knows that one day Michael will be back. Obviously he is, or we wouldn't have a movie. And she's great. All this, just a little nuance that she has. There's one dinner scene where she gets invited by her granddaughter out to this dinner, and it's just seeing all the emotions wash over her face of just the anger that she wasn't invited, the embarrassment that she has because she knows that she is embarrassing her family. I mean, it's Jamie Lee Curtis kills it. She absolutely kills it. And then another huge, wonderful plus is getting Nick Castle back, the original Michael. Now, granted, you know, he is a bit of an older fellow, so we do have a stuntman who does the majority of the stunts and everything like that. He can be pushing old people off of balconies and out of windows. It's not cool. But it's so nice to have him back in a lot of the moments in the scenes where it's just him and her, because you can feel that tension. I mean, they already have that chemistry there from the original, and it's so good. It's so good. Like, you feel it in your jellies. You have some stuff where it really just pushes the boundaries for Michael Myers. I mean, he literally takes a kid out in this, which is like, whoa. But then they're also adding to Michael Myers as well. And there's one scene where once he takes out the mother, he hears a baby crying. And as soon as you hear the baby crying, everybody in the theater gasps, because they're like, oh my God, we're gonna watch him kill a baby. But then he goes over and he just stares at the child. And then he walks away. It's a very interesting character development moment for someone who literally does not speak. You know, because then you start to wonder, like, what's going on in his head? Why didn't he kill the baby? Does he not pose a threat because he killed the kid? You know, I mean, the kid surely couldn't have posed that much of a threat besides a baby to him. So it's all very interesting stuff that they decided to dip into. Now for the bad. This movie has a couple huge glaring issues. For starters, there's a lot of fluff in it. Some unnecessary drama for the sake of adding drama. So Laurie's granddaughter, played by Andi Matichak, she has a boyfriend who is a typical high school douchebag. And there's a lot of unnecessary drama back and forth. The only reason that the drama exists is for her to leave the Halloween dance early, so then the creepy best friend that she has gets murked by Michael. It feels like fluff. You know, we're here to see Michael, we're here to see Laurie. We don't care about this relationship stuff. This isn't Degrassi, no one cares. Another issue that goes along with the nonsensical side plots is the whole psychiatrist. So we have a new psychiatrist this time around. Out of nowhere, and when I say out of nowhere, I mean we're so out of left field that I think we loop back around to right field. Out of nowhere, the psychiatrist kills the sheriff and then puts on the mask because he's like a Michael Myers groupie. Of course, Michael kills him, but it's like, what was the point of that? I mean, the only reason that side plot exists is to kill the sheriff in a nonsensical way. You know, these side plots that they have, they don't do anything in the service of the overall story. They really just exist to take out one particular character, which is so much wasted time when you have a literal beast of a serial killer who can just dispatch whoever he wants, obviously, without much of any repercussions. So they really should have just had them be targets of him without having to go through all of this unnecessary drama. And then speaking of unnecessary drama to kill any particular character, my number one glaring issue with this movie is father/husband. He gets introduced early on as kind of like this goofy, typical dad, you know, making dirty jokes and all. But then, once we realize that Michael's on this killing spree, he's coming for Laurie, he's getting ready to just take her out, finish his 30-some-odd year mission. Everybody goes out to her cabin, they're hiding out, the place is locked up harder than Guantanamo Bay. He gets the brilliant idea out of nowhere when he sees the sheriff's cop car, and he goes out there and goes, "Oh, I think that's the sheriff. Let me take a look and see if he can help us." So he goes out there and, oh, shock and surprise, he dies. And of course the door's open now. It's the dumbest scene in the entire movie. You know, everybody in that family acts pretty smart up until that point. And then they're like, well, shoot, we got to get Michael in this locked up house somehow. We got to get rid of the father somehow. Let's send him outside with a serial killer. It's so annoyingly dumb. Oh, it takes me out of the movie, which is so upsetting because then the entire scene throughout the rest of the house where Michael is going through, and then Laurie is also looking for him, but then watching her own back, but then making sure that her daughter and her granddaughter are safe, is so tense and it's so well done and it's perfect. But that scene leading up into it, it's such a nightmare. Goodness. Halloween 2018, this is the best that we could have possibly ever have gotten. And luckily, unlike the past couple weeks, it doesn't really end on a cliffhanger. It's its own unit. It stands by itself, and it's such a good movie. And of course, what kind of Halloween would it be if you didn't watch Halloween? Come on, people. It's in the name. So, that right there is your movie recommendation for the weekend. Halloween! Watch a movie, kick back, get some popcorn, shut the lights off, open the door just a crack. Until next time, this is VHS Tacos, signing off. We'll see you guys next month, next season. Make sure you check us out on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, keep it locked here on YouTube. Let me know down in the comments what you think about Halloween. Let me know down in the comments what kind of candy you would probably expect Michael Myers to hand out. And we will see you guys in the next video. Adios and happy Halloween.